Do task with my colleagues Klaus, Bart, and Valentino. Before we start, I just wanted to gauge where you guys are in your careers. So if you're an undergrad, first year, raise your hand. No first year? Oh, one? Okay. Second year, undergrad? Nobody? Third? Fourth? So we have one undergrad student. Okay, graduate school, first year? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes? 4? Second years? 1, 2, only 2? Did we count right? Okay. Third years? No third years? Fourth years? Fifth years? Oh, okay, so undergrad is before master's, before PhD is undergrad for me in America, college. Okay, graduate school, on your way to your PhD, 5th years? Start again. Okay. University, undergrad, how about this, who's in undergrad? We have one, and that's it, nobody else is an undergrad. Great, so this is, this is bachelor's. Just bachelor's, so we have one. Now we're in graduate school. All right, so let's just do it like that. Master's, who's got an MA? Or going for an MA? 1, 2, 3, okay. And who's on their route to a PhD? Or PsyD? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, is anybody ABD? All but dissertation? No, and the rest, you're there? We'll put you there. And I'll assume, do we have any postdocs? 1, 2, 3. But did you raise your hand for here? No? Okay. Just making sure. So we have a smattering. So the idea of what we're about to talk about today is sort of what do you guys wish, or what can we instill upon you guys that we wish we knew while we were going through our career processes? So this is an adapted sort of career advice, professional development from MIT. And it says, well, how can we create an effective career plan? Well, the first thing is, it's not working. I need this? All right, well, the first thing is you better be smart. So what does that mean to be smart? Well, come on, guys. Be specific. You have to have very clear objectives. You have to know what you want to do. And how are you going to get there? Well, you have to have some way of tracking your progress. You want to make sure you don't fall behind in your coursework, in your externships, in any other sort of training that you're about to receive. Your goals have to be attainable, right? You have to set realistic goals. You don't want to put yourself up with these high expectations and then never be able to get there. So your goal, though it should be realistic, you should have at least a 50-50 chance of actually finishing that goal. And the goal should be relevant. It should be something that you're passionate about, something that you're eager to learn about. It should be important to you. If it's just something that you're doing for the sake of doing it, you're not going to have interest, you're going to find it very hard, and it's going to be very cumbersome. And the last piece is it should be time-bound. You should have a clear endpoint. For those of you who don't know, ABD means all but dissertation. So there are people that go on and finish their 5 years of graduate school, and the very last piece they have to do is just defend their orals. But for whatever reason, life gets in the way, and they never do it. So it's that last step that actually gives you the certificate. So if you have a time-bound commitment to finish at a certain time, you'll be able to succeed. So they're telling me there's a twofold objective for today's current task. We're going to talk about what that task is, but the first aim of the task is going to be for you students to work with one of the 4 of us, scientists, to figure out a way to outline our career path, how we got to be where we are now. And the second aim is to sort of take the opportunity to get personal advice from each one of us, ask specific questions. You can ask females female questions, or males female questions, or vice versa. Or if you have a scientist you're assigned to and they don't feel comfortable asking because they're a different gender, then feel free to ask one of the other scientists either on the fly or via email. All right, so how are we going to do this? We're going to divide into 4 groups, 1 scientist per group. We're going to go outside, or we're going to stay in here or go to the library, but the 4 groups have to be in separate powwows, different places, so we can't hear each other, because after this is done, we'll come back and sort of collect ideas and compare and contrast how each of us sort of made it to where we are today. We are, or we should by now, each one of the scientists have the PowerPoint deck in their email. So take your computer, and the students are going to be in charge of really figuring out the best way to plot this, because we're going to show it. What is this?
It's just back there, so it's finding the way.
Okay. The students will interview their respective scientists. They'll uncover the following personal information. So there's 4 main questions, each of which will be on a separate slide at the end of this talk that you guys will go out in the field and actually fill out. The first question that you guys want to ask us is, what early scientific interests shaped our career paths? Second question is for you guys to work on outlining the timeline from our earliest education on to our current position and affiliations. How did we get there? How long did it take? What sort of stumbling blocks were in the way? Then the third thing will be to identify relevant decision points, sort of what crossroads did we face, what things did we have to deal with that just popped up because you cannot control life. How did we get specific awards, grants, publications, etc.? And then the fourth thing is for you guys to figure out and describe the different experiences and living opportunities that each one of us faced with during our career path. So our plan of action is going to be now to divide into 4 groups. We'll do a sort of randomized numbering thing, and we'll separate in 4 different locations, outside, inside, wherever you guys want. And then we'll meet back here, and after 45 minutes, we'll go over what you guys found out about us. Then we'll be able to compare and contrast our 4 different research trajectories, and then you guys can seek advice or think about questions that you might want to ask any one of us, either on the fly or at a later time point. So when you're asking those 4 questions, keep in mind how smart we were. Make sure we had these things, and if we didn't, see what we could have done differently, and how that could help you in performing your own career path. And sort of last bonus question is to, especially if this is important to you, try to ask us what we think in hindsight might have been important, what we wish we knew when we were doing this that might have impacted or might have changed certain decisions. All right, so let's go. So we're going to do a count off. I guess it's pretty diverse anyway, so why don't we start with you, and we'll go across and just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then each one of us will have a random number. So go ahead.
1.
Remember your number.
3, 4.
Yeah. That would be 1.
2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1.
Get out of here. No? You should do it. Do it. 2. 3. 4. No, you're 2, right? 3. Does everybody have a number? I'm assuming you guys are going to.
I don't think it was correct, because there's a 1.
We skipped her. All right, you ready? We'll just assign some numbers. Okay, find your leaders, and then let's find a spot to go. Make sure every group has a computer. For sure, you need somebody with a computer online, and when you guys are done, I'll put that same email it back to me so we can present it. All right, let's do 45 minutes on the clock. You guys are going to need it to hear his story.
Your opinion, should only one student of the group report?
What is it?
Should only one student?
Oh, they can take turns.